how could I find out, is there someone else who can answer questions related to my business?
Wonderful. I mean, I would say the best way is to hire a mentor. And what mentor does, I mean, he will act like an reflective mirror.
How to find out that mentor, whether he is capable or not, whether he holds an experience or not? How to find out that and how to reach to the mentor?
It's very simple. Number one, you look into talk to him or talk to her to find out if really, you find alignment or not at a mental level. Second is to see, have they done what you really want to do, right? The moment you have that industry connect also for them, okay, wonderful. Now, third is to see, how can I really get the best out of them, right? Once you actually, especially what I would say is, finding a mentor should be a process where you start seeing, can he or she act like a reflective mirror for me? I'm giving a thought, can she or he bounce back with the possible consequences, right? So I think these 3 steps should be good enough for people to find the right mentor.
Yeah, like I think we have covered the 360 degrees of starting a startup. So let us discuss about the major failures of Indian startups. So that because majority of startups start with much enthusiasm, with much expectations, but where do they end up?
So I would like to cover both. The painful fact is that 97% of startups in India are failing. If that doesn't scare you, better understand, you can be part of this 97%. But I would rather want to put on the other side that there are 3% of the startups which are succeeding. Now you need to see, one is that what are they doing better than this rest of the 97%? And some of them are also becoming unicorns. What are they doing to really look into a journey of next 10-20 years and becoming a unicorn? $1 billion is a big thing, right? So I would say failures are just because of various elements we discussed so far, but I would like to focus on how they can become part of, like how they can jump from this 97% to that 3% is by applying SMART. As we spoke about, the SMART framework can give you a strong foundation. And you need to be very honest in answering those questions. When we come into this SMART, as we said, we have to give honest answers before you go forward. So I would say I would like to focus on understanding how, as a startup ecosystem, being a startup ecosystem, I would always focus on how we can increase that 3% into 5, 7, 10, because one, that can bring a lot of solutions to the society. That's what is my biggest, I would say my biggest interest in encouraging entrepreneurship. But most important element I would like to see is, we will become one of the strongest power in the world as India, because we are young. If you look at the population wise, of course, yes, we are one of the highest populated country, but our age is really, we are very, very young country. So I would say always look into that SMART framework before you really start, and then see how you can think about those 3% of the people who are really becoming successful, who are able to attract the investments from the angel networks, or how they're actually presenting their business plan. Start looking in that direction. I'm sure you will have so many avenues to really understand whether you belong to 97 or 3%. If you do the real honest evaluation of yourself right now, if you are in 97%, start working on the SMART framework and then start moving into those 3%. You naturally get the confidence when it is backed up by the data. So I wish all of you guys to be part of the 3% and expand that number, because we are doing really, really well in terms of startup because of the enthusiasm we have, just like you said. But we need to turn that enthusiasm into action in the right direction and become successful. So otherwise, maybe you can kind of just, message me where I actually kind of give you a framework where you can go ahead and start working on that. But most important thing is to ask yourself what it takes to become success. Midlife crisis, right? That is when people start thinking, oh my God, I'm shaping out, right? So you should really go into that level of detail. What is the age group that your target audience belongs to? and then go down, start asking what kind of thinking they have, what kind of thoughts they actually generate. If we are talking about fitness,